So today we're going to be comparing the iPhone 17 Pro Max with the Galaxy Z Fold 7, two of the highest end devices from either manufacturer. The obvious difference being that the Galaxy is a foldable phone. Now the design of the iPhone 17 Pro Max is an aluminium unibody. This is designed to improve the thermals. It also has this plateau for the cameras which sets out the design from the rest of the iPhone lineup. The design of the Galaxy Z Fold looks more simplistic and fits in with the rest of the Samsung lineup, but the most impressive thing about it is how thin and light it is, actually beating out the 17 Pro Max. So the iPhone display got even better this year. It's now 3000 nits and it also has anti-reflective coating, which is going to help for its usability outdoors. Another thing is it has ceramic shield too, which is going to help in terms of its resistance from cracking if you drop it, or its scratch resistance, and it definitely beats out the Samsung in this area. The outer display of the Galaxy Z Fold has got wider this year, so it's now 21 by 9. That makes it more usable than the predecessors, but it's still not as wide as the iPhone. It makes it easier for one-handed use, but on the other hand it's a bit more challenging to type on. It's still a very good display. So the main selling point of the Galaxy Z Fold is of course the inner display, which is an 8-inch display. It's got a more square aspect ratio, making it better for productivity, allowing you to see more content. For example, in Chrome there's more information shown. It's easier to switch between tabs. The downside is in content. There's large black bars for 16 by 9 content. And in certain apps such as Instagram, you don't get that optimization, so it doesn't really take advantage of that extra space. The other disadvantage is the crease in the middle can be annoying sometimes. It's more reflective than the iPhone display and has decreased durability, so even something like a simple hard nail press would leave a permanent mark on the screen. Now for a quick speaker test. The iPhone stands out as having better speakers, simply due to deeper bass and a greater surround sound effect. The Galaxy Z Fold still has good speakers and it's impressive for how thin the device is. Both phones deliver excellent camera quality, the main difference being that the iPhone has more true to life colours and is able to zoom in more and still deliver a clear result. Now look at the video quality between the two devices. In terms of video quality, the iPhone delivered clearer results and I felt like there were less artifacts. Now the performance on both devices is great. The iPhone itself has the aluminium unibody and vapor chamber which helps to disperse heat, and I think it keeps the phone cooler than the Z Fold, which does get sometimes hot quickly since it only has a graphite sheet to keep the phone thin. The issue I sometimes had with the Z Fold is it would have an overheat warning. It was a very rare thing to happen, but I think it's worth mentioning. In terms of AI voice assistants, I think Gemini definitely came up ahead. The voice detection was simply a lot better, more accurate. There's less steps to get the answer you want, since on Siri you have to ask to use with ChatGPT and sometimes it doesn't use it appropriately. I also felt that the answers were just better from Gemini. It summarized things in a better and more easy to understand way. Now in terms of AI photo editing, I felt the photo app on the iPhone was easier to use. However, I think both phones delivered quite impressive results. Overall, in terms of battery life, I felt like the Galaxy Z Fold only offered about 4 to 5 hours of screen on time whilst I was out and about, compared to the iPhone's closer to 8 hours. I think one of the biggest downsides I had with the iPhone is simply how buggy the software was, which is quite a surprise coming from an Android user since that's not something I'd experienced. I think even after the update, then I started to have battery issues. So overall, I would say surprisingly the Android was a more stable experience. So overall, these are two very different devices, but the Galaxy Z Fold is able to offer a tablet essentially in the size of a normal phone. It does come with a few compromises, such as it getting a bit warm to the touch and the battery life not being excellent. But those are small compromises when you consider the benefit. So if you are someone who would benefit from the productivity of the Galaxy Z Fold, I definitely think that's the one to go for. On the other hand, if you're someone who wouldn't take advantage of those things, or you need the solid battery life, the best cameras, the best video, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is the one to go for. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.